Hello everybody and welcome back. Just in time, I'm glad to be well again. So we lost the trade ill that we got in the last episode. Now, what is happening right now? We still are kind of like trying to survive against Sweden. Sweden here on the other hand is engaged with a few wars, so at the moment there's no danger. I think he's quite occupied with those wars since he's losing them as well. There is still something that we really do need at this point, and that is money. We are really not that high on it, and there was an idea in my mind now that, well, what the heck, I mean, we are Irish, not Vikings, but still we can raid, so we should be doing that. We do have quite some weak neighbors there on England as well, especially this guy here. This guy here is the ruler, so he's of Gwynedd, and he's pretty weak, so it might be a good chance for us to actually, raise my army as raiders for once. So it's the first time that we're doing this. We're Irish after all, so we're not raiders or something like that. And we might just try to raid. And I'm not going to stop at my neighbor, this one here, Gwynedd, but I'm also going to raid, a bit of Sweden there and just hope that we can actually do this. And that, as we can see, we can raid. So in that case, so far, we haven't been stopped. Let's just try to get in a bit of loot first, right? So this is another thing here. And my glory is widely known now, so we also have gained a bit more fame. And my son here, Cayman, comes of age as well. Very good. And as we can see, raiding is still successful, and boom! Oh, and a fire blood event there, so the settlement of Droma Heir, an important stronghold in Greater Brefne, has fallen to my raiders. We have to run the vast tracts of land and many of the quivering subjects and shining treasures of Chieftain Anandr to choose from. Now let's just choose. We can even say we've taken enough and gain 100 piety, or we gain 30 gold and 75 prestige, and of course we're going with that. Let's just go to my territory right away with the loot that we have, and there we have it, our first raid. 64 coin and 64 prestige. We've gained a bit of coin there as well, and this of course, yes, tells me that this can actually be quite successful. So let's continue with the raiding. Let's go over here to Scotland almost it is England at the moment. We also have a scheme at court right now. We do not yet know who. Someone is plotting to kill my bishop. Now for that I do have to disrupt scheme. My spy master is hopefully doing a job here. Money wise we're even at the moment, despite having our troops raised, which is something I like a lot. And other than that, not that much. The other thing that we might actually have is some prisoners that we can ransom. No one at the moment, so let's just continue. There is the next one. Very good. No resistance so far. The 2,000 soldiers that we have. There's also something interesting happening here. There's a peasant revolt in Sweden, so this is of course something that doesn't affect us directly, but it's nice to see they have problems there as well. While we just continue with the raiding, and quite successful. Don't go into England there raiding. This would be bad for us, right? We've also gained a new martial skill, and we're still getting quite a lot of money out of all of that. Isn't that nice to see? There's lots of money here. Look at that. 21 coin there. Of course, that is something we do right away. Look at the money that's flowing on. Also a new life perk. This is the Enduring Hardships. So fort level +1, enemy occupations do not lower control. It's the only thing. We don't really have a choice here, and the Overseer, not that much of a choice there. And yes, bountiful loot, 132 coin. We can get 2 more title. Oh, well, we can get a new title with that quickly and soon. Fire and Blood once again. This time we do have the choice of actually, increase the development in the Earldom of Thomond by 40, or get the money and the prestige. Let's increase the development, since this could give us more taxes than, as we can see, it actually is. At least I don't know if that's the case now because of the development increase, but we did get a bit of increased tax income there. And no, this time, no, the mother died. Is it the mother? No, it's my wife. I knew that was the wife. We do have the option to marry again, which is not a bad thing actually, because we did have a bad wife. Gotta say that. Once again, Fire and Blood, the event that I like the most is development increase in my county. Let's do that. And with all of that bounteous plunder, let's get home again. This was successful, I gotta say that. Unfortunately, no ransoms as far as I can see. We haven't really gotten any you know, hostages that are worth it, because sometimes they really do pay well. But in that case, while my army is back on the way, let's try to find us a spouse. In that case, someone that is good at something. Alliance power eater. So we do have Connor. You serious? We do have lots of children here for alliance power. I'm not going to marry a child. Some of all skills. I'm not going to have any more children, I think so. No, there are not any good traits. I'm really unlucky with the wives in this game. Prestige gain, there's certainly nothing here. We can only hope that there's someone actually with good skills, right? This is a dwarf. Greek. She's a bleeder. Oh, she's a severe health penalty. Oh god. Bad traits overall. There's 11 stewardship skill. LOD. I think this is... I mean, we are dying soon anyway, you know. I just want a wife that actually gives me some stewardship skill to get a bit more money and holdings. And in that case, we really don't have many options. I gotta say that. It's extremely frustrating with the wifeys here. Also a new counselor that we need. In that case, we really have bad counsels there as well. My son is my counselor now. And my raiders bring back 170 gold and 170 prestige. And just look at that. I'm absolutely overjoyed to see that much money at the moment. My raiders, of course, they're going to continue then soon, because there's still lots of loot to be had here. And this is only this territory. I think there is... Have we taken... Oh, there's 20 here. Can we go there? Oh, yeah, it's a long way, but still, it's possible. What we cannot do is Irish. We cannot raid across the ocean. So if I want to go over here, for example, unable to raid across the sea. So we cannot do that. That is something only the Vikings can do as far as I can see that. Not us at the moment. Now, we do go for the next, tech here. That is the barracks soon. Gives me a nice development bonus there again. And also, of course, since we do have the bonus, originally I wanted to build or want to invest my resources into Dublin. But since we cannot take that at the moment, obviously, since this guy here is way too strong, we are going to invest a bit into Thomond there, because I do need some buildings there at least. Gathering Hall might be something, gives me more levies, more control and prestige gain. I also would like to go with money, but we can do that after this. Another Fire and Blood. Are we already? Oh, we've already arrived. Development bonus or money? Let's go with development bonus. And that is that. Let's just see, there's Sweden. They usually don't attack. Another Fire and Blood. This is incredible. We are really lucky with that, at least. And Spy Masters come to make grave news. Someone is killed. Oh, yeah. Well, it's just one of my champions, really. And, oh, we've captured someone. At least that's positive. And that means we can get a ransom of 10 at least. Very good. Let's do that right away. Getting a bit of money there. So this is a nice thing that can happen, that we capture someone. Right, so other than that, as we can see, everything has been raided here now. There's still something. Alright. How much money do we have? 113. Let's get back home with that for now. And also a new martial skill. Army maintenance minus 15%. And the levy reinforcement raise plus 100%. These perks are nice. So we are also making a nice money profit now, while our army is raised there at the moment. And yep, since we do have the money now, I'm inclined to create a new title. Let's just have a look. Connor. We can create the Duchy of Connor. Oh no! Oh yeah, we've lost breath now. So that is something. We cannot go with anything else here at the moment. Nope. Because of the Swedes. They've taken vital points here. We could create the Duchy of Iceland though. In that case, that would give us some nice prestige. More money and prestige is coming back home. Let's disband my army. As we can see, we do have some nice things here going on. So let's increase the size of my own army. So what I want to do here is I want to get rid... Oh, wait a second. Yeah, let's increase the footmen there. That's 100 prestige. And by another. Then the bowmen. And the pikemen, they're really good. Right, so they're also very expensive, but they have a nice bonus. Let's increase the size of them as well. We do have a very terrible prestige penalty there right now. And also we have only a few champions, is that right? Did we lose that many champions? Oh yes. Let's see if we can invite someone. We can, so let's have my Marshal working on that, train some commanders. Right, so I got still my son here. For years I've swept out on devastating raids, bringing the full fury of God to a trembling world, for surely if he disapproved, he would have struck me down by now. Instead, my household sleeps surrounded by the stolen fineries of foreign rulers, and exotic slaves warm my bed. Truly, noble and peasant alike quail at my approach, and parents silence crying children with the threat that I'll visit them. And we gain the trait Raider. +2 Martial, plus 0.3 Prestige. Pretty cool. That is something that I haven't had yet. I actually looking forward to my son there as well, since he's good at learning, so we really might boost the tech of our culture. That is something we are very bad at the moment, right? With my current ruler, Augustine, but we might actually have a go with that as well. My Marshal found a new champion. Very good. So we have now 7 out of 8 champions, and we can still increase the size of our army. And I'm actually inclined to go with some raiding again. What do you think? Swedes? We might raid them. We might raid the Isle here. So in that case, very weak. Yes, let's go with that again. I mean, this is kind of... I actually feel a bit bad about it, since we are Irish, so we are not really prone to raiding. But at the moment, it's worth it. We do have a nice army. And as long as there's no resistance, the worst that can happen really is that some other army comes in and destroys us, you know, and that's really it. With a mighty burp, I pushed the rest of my plate away from me and sprawled back in my chair. Lately, my kitchens have begun to swell with golden grain and freshly hunted game, giving all my courtiers the healthy sheen of the overfed. I grimace. Though this bounty is great, it cannot last forever. We seriously do have some conflicts here with the raiding. I think so, at least. We get the heavily stocked stores. For now, we've also taken some more prisoners. Right, there's still some loot over here. Under siege, the true enemy of every soldier is complacency, my champion Krundmel says, and widens his stance. We are standing side by side up the castle's walls, looking down on the soldiers. We could exchange the castle's gate for planks and wood of the dull arrows in the troops' quivers. He continues, lead the soldiers in a mock charge against the castle. This is once again one of these contemplating things, so we might just think about something and might gain a martial skill on it. So it's not really happening as far as I know. Right, a tightly shut gate and walls that loom high into the sky. Archers can be seen as shadows moving behind the battlements, and a feeling of genuine excitement permeates the air. In the lull before the battle, I turn and address the soldiers. Exploit the gate's weak spot. We can do this because we have this military engineer trait, and the progress goes well. The stairwell echoes as another dull weapon bounces off the middle pillar. For a second time in a matter of minutes, I curse the tight spiral that blocks us from swinging our weapons at the defenders. The heaving breath of the soldiers around me is deafening, and with every repelled attack they grow more resigned and frustrated. Don't give up. 85% chance that this goes well, and it does. Very good. We continue. Battlement Bravado, taking the final step up on the walls surrounding the castle. I survey the scene. Many soldiers may have been lost to the archers on the walls, but we will not be deterred. One after another we overwhelm the defenders and stand victorious over the fallen. I take a deep breath, and then it is time to press on. And the castle is ours. Among the celebrating soldiers, I find Krundmel, who congratulates me. And we gain another martial skill because of that. I think absolute control of my counties, and then we already get the overseer trait. Alright, we got a new prisoner for another 10 coin. And there we get the money back as well. Look at that, our purse is really buzzing there. It's full. And, oh, yeah, my wife. Managing domain, so we do also get some architectural expertise. So in that case, she's even better now at managing the realm. And I'm really confident at the moment. We made some real money there, which is really good. So let's just have a look at the mercenaries there. We could afford some nice mercenary armies now as well. So just in case Sweden attacks, we might actually double our army there with just one click. And to prepare for that even more, let's continue with the raiding, shall we? So over here, we have more to raid. And let's hope that we also find some good prisoners on the way. That might be something. Powerful vassal. Yeah, nah. I mean, he's good at learning, but that is not something I could use here. What? Another martial skill? Are we raiding ourselves? No, we are not. Why do we gain so much experience in that point? We get the Overseer trait. Overseer trait gives me Martial +2 and Stewardship +2, and the Control Growth Factor is +50%. This is really powerful. So from now on, I think I will have full control of my counties there. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Yep, control is absolute. Here it is now growing as well quite quickly, as we can see, thanks to the Overseer. And in that regard, we are on a good way of really making our territory there nice. I can also continue building, right? This is finished. Oh no, it's already it's under construction for how long? 8 months left. We might actually... Wait a second, we might actually have Overseer. Construction time is increased with that, yes. Alright, more raiding, and yep, let's continue. Romance. My courtier. She's not looking pretty though. Disputed heritage. As I push aside the sheets to lay down, I find a little scroll resting on my bolster. Someone has entered my chambers unnoticed. A chill runs down my spine as I carefully unroll the thick parchment. My gallant Lionheart, Lord of my heart, I can keep my feelings secret no longer. From this day on, I will do everything in my power to prove my loyal affections. Oh, Mafalder, she's called as well. She's got not good traits or something like that. You flatter me. Abandon this foolish endeavor. That's a scheme of her. She's got lots of claims. But let's abandon this. I don't think this would lead to anything. She's not powerful enough to be anything. Alright. More raiding. I think this down here. We can still raid this as long as it doesn't belong to England. England would be too powerful to raid, you know. So in this case, they would come against me with a big army there right away. Here it is fine at the moment. And look at that. It's so easy at the moment. Far from home. A stranger is brought before me. He has been waiting outside the castle gates for a week. Alright, we had something like this already. Eurico. So we could say he has to embrace the Christian faith. He is at the moment Visigothic. And he's Muslim. And the more the merrier. He has to embrace God. He's got very bad traits, so no, sorry, we have no room for you. He's too bad for anything, and I can't have endless people in my court. Alright, we're almost full again, so this raiding comes to an end, unfortunately. Let's get back home. Very successfully once again. It's actually easier to raid with the Irish at the moment than it was with the Vikings. We also gain another 50 coin because of my spouse's average stewardship skill. And yeah, Chieftain Magnus, who is also my vassal. This is a powerful vassal though. He's got good diplomatic skills and he doesn't have a position yet. So yeah, let's give it to him. That might be fine then. Money. It's incredible how much money we have. Alright, we can go with the next thing, and the market is something that I want to go with, since this gives us even more money income then. Also, we got a new champion. I will have a look at him soon. Right now we still have... Oh yeah, we still have him. He's not in the council. And we can now go with a new champion here. There he is. Now we've got 8 of 8 champions again in our army. Who are the... Yeah, average skills. We got one that is available, but he's got bad skills, so I'm not going to invite him now into my army. And creating the Duchy of Iceland might actually be a good idea. We can only hold 2 duchy titles. We have one at the moment. The other one is far away at the moment because Sweden holds one of the counties. Right, so the more money we have, the more mercenaries we could get, and thus the higher the chances that we win against Sweden then. That is something I'm totally for. But right now, creating the Duchy of Iceland would give us a permanent claim on the island as well. So I'm actually, yeah, inclined to go with it. It costs us a bit of money, but we get a lot of prestige out of it. And thus we have created Iceland, the duchy. And we are, of course, the Duke of it, or the High Chieftain as it's called. So we now have these 2 titles then. The High Chieftain of Munster and the High Chieftain of Iceland. Then comes the earldoms. And I also like how this is structured here right now. So as we can see, the most powerful title comes first. And then it goes downwards here to the smallest one that we have, the earldom of Vestisland, for example. Right, so in this case, I like the structure of that. We can still have one more holding in our army. That might be something. Let's lay down our army. And with the prestige that I've just gotten, we might just, yeah, increase the size of our army there once again with a bit of that. Let's also have a look at our actions we have. As we can see, we could have a lot of actions right now. Wait a second, we don't have a court physician? Nope, we don't. Our bishop, of course, he's got good learning skills anyway. Let's appoint him. This will also give us more endorsement once again. And yeah, we do have a new claim there. Oh, we have a new king of Sweden there as well. Right, but Sweden did not collapse, unfortunately. It's only a new king. Oh no! Yeah, well, we got a new king of Sweden. That's him, King Bengt. We might have a good chance against him in a murder scheme. Do we do have a bad spy master? There's none better. That might be something, trying it. Because the weaker the kings of Sweden are, the better for us. Let's try this. It's not impossible. We started that. We also gained, a bit of stress because we're just, but it should be fine for now. And let's just see if we can invite anyone. Yes, we will do this. And 37, we can afford that. That's a good thing if you have money, right? And look at that, we have a 95% chance of killing the king of Sweden right now. Of course, this will be pretty powerful if he dies because of that. His son gets it, and his son is very young, thus very weak. And we might also be in luck that, you know, some parts declare independence or something like that. That is good for us. Plus we have the money then to also raise a mercenary army and really conquer something. This is looking good for us right now. Also new perks. We go with the gallant now. Yeah, get a bit of prowess, but I don't like this tree here at all, so it's not very good for us. Right now it gets a bit of scheme power there is a good thing though. Right? Other than that, I think he's outlived his life now. Come on, we do need a new one. I want him actually. He's good at learning. This gives us a nice boost to the tech research. Other than that, I think so far we're on a good track, right? So we are alive. The raiding brought us a bit of wealth. The king of Sweden might die soon, and thus we could then declare war against them and take some of our territory back. Something along the line is going to happen, or we scheme our way through the inheritance of these titles there, right? But first we would need to have a claim on that. Might be something. Stay tuned.